I'm getting various individuals requesting that I do an acquaintance video with MGTOW, so it is right here. The main thing to recall about MGTOW is that a man that has taken a figurative red pill is a man that has taken in the undeniable reality about female nature. Ladies are portrayed as innocuous, delightful, yet the fact of the matter is numerous ladies today will tear out your heart through your wallet and move on to their next casualty with positively no hesitation. They frequently have no responsibility or regret all the while. Taking the red pill is making yourself mindful of how ladies work, and you quit being gullible about it. With respect to turning into a MGTOW, there are 4 to 5 distinct levels. The primary level is the purple pill man. This is a man that knows that ladies utilize the public authority, courts, and the men's longing to replicate to exploit men. Yet a purple pill man accepts the dangers of a relationship and marriage merit the expected discipline. A level 2 MGTOW trusts in dating and transient connections, yet not marriage, long-haul connections or co-home with ladies. A level 3 doesn't have confidence in that frame of mind by any means and restricts his collaborations with ladies however much as could be expected. A level 4 attempts to restrict his communications with the state, and everybody however much as could reasonably be expected. He is alluded to as ghosting or attempting to remain imperceptible to ladies in the state. When you know where you stand with respect to the range, you either have a decision to avoid ladies completely or take shifting relationship chances, then you could begin to acquire expanded situational mindfulness. This is where you begin to recognize various sorts of female way of behaving and start to comprehend what spurs ladies to act in such ways. Something significant is to recollect that a greater number of ladies today in their 20s than in past ages are riding the merry-go-round. This implies they are having physical intimacy with, at times, many men before they choose to settle down with one person. Ladies hope to settle down with a beta male supplier blue pill man with next to zero understanding about female nature. In the event that he's uninformed about the manner in which ladies work, he's all the more handily controlled. A man mindful of how ladies' capability in the public eye and control men in secretive ways is hard to coerce and disgrace into doing the things for her. He realizes the game, so he's harder to fool into marriage, insurance, and assets extraction. Disgrace is the name of many ladies down, and for this situation, it doesn't work. After a lady persuades her beta male blue pill man that marriage is good for him, then she has a kid or two, which eventually permit her to leave that relationship and utilize those youngsters as a method for getting kid support from her better half. Individuals can't help thinking about why men head out in a different direction. One of the most compelling motivations is that they have been consumed by the divorce courts and are in many cases paying lifetime settlement as well as child support to their exes. Generally speaking, the family courts likewise grant the full worth of the family home to spouses. Most of men visiting this channel are in many cases in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. They are here to become MGTOWs in light of the fact that they are stunned by the manner in which ladies exploited them. They're here to comprehend how ladies utilize their magnificence and conduct to deceive men. Many ladies' looks and capacity to draw in the well-off appealing mate decline quickly as they hit the age of 30. Men's engaging quality frequently increments with age, since they will more often than not get more cash flow as they age and frequently have bigger financial balances and investment funds, while commonly ladies' income likely shrivels with their looks, particularly in the event that they've had kids. The age of 30 is generally where male and female qualities converge and afterward head down the contrary path. On the off chance that a man doesn't get hitched by the age of 35 or 40, then there's just generally a 12% possibility that he will get hitched from there on out. Another explanation men ought to head out in a different direction is a result of these tests. Ladies frequently test men's capacity to be suppliers and endure their awful way of behaving. The thought is to transform a man into a loyal broken shell of his previous self that strolls around saying "look dear" constantly. His soul must be broken generally speaking, so his assets become all the more handily extricated and he is more pliant. He becomes senseless clay in her grasp. A lady requesting that a man accomplish something over the top isn't her being cherishing or showing love. All things considered, she's trying him to check whether he can be controlled, and amusingly, ladies need to control men. At the point when the control works, they will more often than not lose interest concerning love. There are many times questions with respect to whether ladies are even fit for adoring men the way that men love ladies. Men scale mountains, since they love ladies, they cross oceans, imagine things, compose verse, and reform the world. It's my own viewpoint, as well as the assessment of numerous other MGTOWs, that ladies are not designed for the very level of affection that men are. This is somewhat to do with the way that ladies need to care for kids and have to redirect those assets somewhere else. At any rate, MGTOW men maintain that North America and Europe should transform into Japan. We need men declining to give love and assets to ladies on a civilization-wide scale until society disintegrates. Men are told to man up and assume liability, and we would rather not get a sense of ownership with honest ladies that have abandoned their own liabilities and keep on requesting that we men give them privileges. At the point when a man attempts to live for himself, ladies consider it an emotional meltdown and attempt to disgrace him back into accommodation. Yet, when a lady goes through menopause, men should simply endure her hot blazes as well as emotional episodes. The person we MGTOWs admire the most is Nikola Tesla, a deep-rooted lone wolf that designed a significant number of the innovations that we use today. He enlisted many licenses and created the 20th years by many records. Would he have developed everything that he did in the event that he had a wife and kids to help? However, some way or another ladies imagine that they never again need men and that men are out of date. That does it for first experience with MGTOW. If it's not too much trouble, get familiar with MGTOW and settle on it your way of life decision, assuming that you see esteem in it. The fact that you most likely will makes me certain. Much obliged to you for tuning in and taking your everyday portion of red pills. Partake in the remainder of your day in good health.